Okay, so this is my problem, and my first thought is to try to find if there's a GCF, which there isn't, and also another thought I have is see if I can do a factor by grouping, but it doesn't really look like it, so then I'm gonna realize that I have 4 zeros to find, and I can find a list of rational zeros by doing plus or minus this, plus or minus, and then I do the factors of the constant, which are 1 and 3, or the factors of the leading coefficient at the bottom, which are 1 and 3, and the factors of the constant, which are 1, 18, 2, 9, and 3, and 6. So then, and those can be both positive or negative. So my first thought is just try out 1, so f of 1, and plug it in, which you can basically just go, oh, it's 3 plus 5 plus 25 plus 45 minus 18, which obviously won't get you to 0, so it doesn't work, but negative 1 might work. Plug in negative 1. Negative 1 to the 4th would make it positive, so it'd be 3, plus that would be a negative 5. Plus this would be positive 25, and this would be negative 45 minus 18, which it doesn't work. So then I'm kind of noticing that it won't be a positive for one of the zeros because these numbers are too great. There's not like any negatives here to make minus 18 really work. The way I'm looking at it, so maybe I'll try negative 2 in synthetic division because that's a little bit easier. So I have to find all these are 3, 5, 25, 45, and negative 18. Line, bring down the 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Be negative 1, so positive 2, that'd be 27. Negative 2 times 27 would be negative 54. So that would be negative 4. Or no, not negative 4, negative 9. What am I thinking? Negative 9. Negative 2 times negative 9 would be a positive 18. So this works, giving me 0 at the end. So now I have to, so I know one of my zeros is negative 2. So now I have to write this out as 3x cubed minus x squared plus 27x minus 9. So I can do the same thing I did up here, get a new list of possible rational zeros. So I'd get 1 and 3 down here, and then 1, 9, and 3. And I already know positive or negative 1 didn't work. So I can maybe try positive 3, use synthetic division. 3, negative 1, 27, negative 9. Line, bring down the 3, that'd be 9. Then that would be 8. 8 times 3 is 24, so that would be 51 times 3, and now I can already kind of figure out that 3 times 51 would not get anywhere close to positive 9, so 3 wouldn't work. So now maybe I'll try 9, or well, since that was a positive and that was kind of didn't work, I'll maybe try a -9. Or, no, we'll try -3. And -3, and then 3, -1, 27, 9. So -3 times 3 is -9, that'd be -10. So that would become +30. And that become 57. And now I can already tell that won't work. So maybe 1/3 might work. I haven't really tried anything with the 3 at the bottom, so I guess I'll try that one out. So +1/3, use synthetic division. So it'd be a 3, -1, a 27, and a 9. Bring down to 3. 3 over 3 is 1, so now that's 0. 1/3 times 0 would be 0. It would be 27. And 27 divided by, oh, this would be a -9. 27 divided by 3 would be +9. So then this one gets me 0. So now I know another one of my zeros would be +1/3. And this would become 3x squared. And that would be a 0x. So it would just be 3x squared plus 27. And I can use GCF to get down to 3. And then x squared plus 9 to make it easier. And I can see that that wouldn't work. It might work if it was in -9, but this won't work. So then I'm gonna have to plug it into the quadratic equation, which is x equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and I get those values, so ax plus bx plus c, and I can be like, oh, a would be equal to 1, and then c would be equal to 9, which means b would be equal to 0. So now I just plug everything in. So the x equals, well, -0, so just be 0 plus or minus the square root of 0 squared, which would be 0, minus 4 times 1 times 9 all over 2 times 1. So that would, I can simplify that to get x equals plus or minus the square root of -36 over 2. And since it's a negative there in the square root, I can't have that. So I'd have to change it to x equals plus or minus I root 36 over 2. And I can't really further divide that up. So, I mean, I have to change the page now. So this is my last two zeros. So my zeros would be -2, -2, 1/3, positive I root 36 divided by 2, and then a negative I root 36 divided by 2. And I knew from the beginning that I had 4 zeros. So these are my 4 zeros, and these two are both real zeros. And fully factored, to get x minus 2, I'd have to do x plus 2, since that's an x value, so it'd be x plus 2. And then to get 1/3, it'd be x minus 1/3. And then I would do x minus I root 36 over 2 to get that value of a 0. And then x plus I root 36 over 2 to get that value. So this would be my fully factored form right here. And these would be all my zeros. And the multiplicities of all these is 1. So 1 being odd, it being odd means that they cross. So the graph would probably look kind of like a parabola with negative 1/3 right there, and there, that would be one of the points. And then a 2 right here, and they'd both be going up on each side. And that right there, since they both have to cross, that right there would be my final. And these are all my answers.